That the Lord has made. We are rejoicing. We're glad in it. Good afternoon. It's Millionaire Monday here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Today is Monday, June 19th. It's Juneteenth. It's also Millionaire Monday. I'm so excited about today's show, and I'm excited for you to join me today. If you're coming on, joining me live, I need you to do something for me. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know your boy, Ramonepreston, after like almost a week and a half hiatus, I am live, my squad here with me, we're live in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta, and you, my friend, are watching the Ramonepreston Show. It's been about a week and a half since I've been on here live, even though my team had some replays going, but I hadn't been here in person because I've been out of the state. I've been away on vacation, kind of like vacation and some work-related getaways as well, but I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for joining the Ramonepreston Show. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the share button. If you have an entrepreneur on your team, in your life, if you know somebody that's into entrepreneurship, business ownership, wealth building, I want you to tag them. I want you to reach out to them and tell them they need to join you and I today on the Ramonepreston Show, because I am here live and I'm excited to talk to you about how to track the day-to-day operations in business. How to track the day-to-day operations in business. So before I get started, again, I want you to hit the like button, hit the share button. I want you to tag somebody. If you would be so kind, put in the comments what city you're watching me from. I love to know what city all of my amazing viewers are watching me from. I appreciate all of you for joining the show, for supporting the Ramonepreston Show. I get so much great feedback in the midst of haters and people who be trolling me. But for the most part, I get people who really support the show. So I appreciate all of you for supporting the show, for joining me on the show, and for giving me positive feedback on all the things that I continue to share with you when it comes to starting your business, structuring your business, and hopefully scaling your business to the next level. That's what my assignment is. That's what my passion is. It's a part of what I believe my mission in life is, to help you take your business to the next level, especially if you're the breadwinner for your family, you're the CEO of your tribe, you're the one that family members and friends look up to and depend on to lead them to their prophesied place. Well, it's going to require resources. It's going to require finances. It's going to require some economic savvy and prowess and intelligence on your behalf. But once you get that intelligence, once you get that information, you're going to need somebody to kind of put a little fire up under your behind to make sure that you're moving forward, making it happen. And that's why I come in at. It's one of the reasons why I love what I do as a minister and a preacher, but I also love what I do as a business consultant, a coach, an educator. So if you don't know who I am, let me just stop and say, my name is Ramonepreston. I'm the host of the Ramonepreston Show. And with the exception of me moving out of the area and doing business or being somewhere that I just can't get here, with the exception of those things happening, I'm always here every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, live, spitting game, giving you information that I know can help take your business to the next level. Listen, I started from scratch. I came out the mud. I know what it feels like as an entrepreneur to be scrapping every day, trying to figure out how you gonna make enough money just to get gas to make it back home when you out there in them streets trying to make something happen. But I also know what it feels like and what it is like to build a successful organizational enterprise that's making money, that's hiring people, that's being a blessing to the community. I know what it feels like. I know what it is like. and I want to transfer that to you. I want to give you that information, okay? So today on the show, I want to talk about how to track the day-to-day operations in business. Now, mind you, if you're in business or if you're in ministry, a lot of the principles and concepts that I talk about can be used in business and ministry, okay? I have a whole business and I have a whole ministry. I have a nonprofit organization. I have a 501c3. I also have a for-profit organizational enterprise. So I know how both of these entities run and how to run both of them on a day-to-day basis, okay? So whether you're a business, ministry, or both, or whether you're just somebody who's looking to get in business, at some point you got to start honing in. You got to start dialing in on managing the day-to-day operations of your business. Now, how do you know if you don't manage the day-to-day operations of your business? How do you know if you dropping the ball on that? Well, here's one way you can know that. If you're an entrepreneur or business owner, you got your LLC or whatever it is that you do. If you out here hustling in these streets, out here trying to make money, and you feel like you all over the place, that's a sign that you're not managing the day-to-day operations of your business. If you don't know what hat to wear, and if you're wearing multiple hats in your business and you just can't seem to take none of the hats off, that is a sign that you're not running the day-to-day operations of your business. So that's why today I want to talk about that. And if you listen to me and if you learn something from me, you could probably change how complex and how difficult and stressful what you do as an entrepreneur is. Because if you're not running and managing correctly the day-to-day operations of your business, I know you feel in some kind of way. So how do you track the day-to-day operations in business? That's what the title of today's show, how to track the day-to-day operations in business. All right, so I'm gonna digress for a moment because it's a couple things that I want to cover on today's topic on how to track the day-to-day operations in business. All right, so I'm gonna digress, and the first thing, the first thing that I'm gonna cover on today's show is the foundation that you need to use for tracking the day-to-day operations in your business. All right. So even before you get into tracking the day-to-day operations of your business, the foundation of that is understanding in order for you to track anything, you have to have the right systems and you have to have the right processes, okay? So when you hear me talk a lot about systems and processes, it's because everything you do in business is dependent upon, or at least the success of what you do in business is dependent upon having the right systems and processes, which include people, okay? Do you understand me? So all of your success as an entrepreneur, all of your success in business ownership is gonna be tied to and pretty much dependent upon systems and processes, okay? So even though we're talking about tracking the day-to-day operations of your business, you ain't gonna track no day-to-day operations in NAM business if you ain't got the right systems and processes. So let's build a foundation today so that you can understand what I mean when I say having the right systems and processes, okay? So there are certain areas of your business that are considered to be like the primary areas of your business, the main areas of your business, whether you know them or not, okay? If you are in business, if you desire to be in business, if you are an entrepreneur and you're selling products and services and you're trying to build something that can take care of you, there are main areas in that business operation, okay? All businesses have these main areas, okay? And I call them like systems. There are certain systems that your business has, okay? So every business has an executive system, or every business has an area that is dedicated and designated to the person who owns it, okay? So if you own a business, if you have an LLC, if you're the entrepreneur, right? That is the executive area of your business. Every business has a sales division or system. Every business has marketing. Now I'm gonna put these down because you hear me talk about them a lot, and then I'll explain it. Okay. So it don't matter if you successful in business. It don't matter if you failing. It don't matter if you out there hustling and all you doing is just something on the side on the weekends. If you are participating in any kind of business activity as a hustler, as a go-getter, as a grinder, as a legitimate entrepreneur, as a business owner, and as I said, even if you're in ministry, you have some business operation going on. If you're doing any activity that's related to entrepreneurship and business, these are the 5 main areas of those activities. Just because you don't have them carved out, just because you ain't clear on them, don't mean they don't exist. So there's an executive area of your business, which is designated and dedicated to you. There's a sales area. So if you're the CEO or if you have an LLC, that's the executive. You're an executive. All right. There's an area of your business activity that relates to you. If you have a product and or service that you sell or provide through your LLC or through your entrepreneurship or side hustle, that's a sales area. If you tell people about your business, if you send emails to people, if you post stuff on social media, whether it's a flyer, whether it's just something that you type asking people to join your group or something, that's a marketing area, okay? If you make money or spend money for business, that's a financial area, okay? If you have paperwork that you got to do, or contracts or proposals, or if you send invoices, that's administrative. So if you see, these are 5 areas everybody has in their business or in their hustle or as entrepreneurs. All right. I'm laying a foundation because I want you to understand where I'm going. All right. These areas that represent every business, these areas require systems and processes if you're going to be successful in your business. All right. These areas require systems and processes. Now, today's topic is on how to track the day-to-day operations in business. So I'm laying a foundation to show you how do you track the day-to-day operations in a business. Well, you ain't gonna be able to track nothing if you don't know the areas of your business that need to be tracked and where that tracking data is gonna be housed. Are you following me? So if you're gonna learn how to track the day-to-day operations of a business, you have to know what areas of your business you need to be tracking. Okay? And then you need to know where are you putting the data from those areas. Like, it sounds simple, but it's not as simple as it sounds. I'm telling you, because most entrepreneurs, number one, they don't even have these 5 areas of their business carved out. They don't even have these 5 areas carved out. If you talk to most entrepreneurs today and ask them, how is your business carved out? Do you have an executive area of your business, an area that details all the things that you're supposed to do on a day-to-day basis as an executive? Do you know all the things you should be doing in your sales on a day-to-day? Do you know all the things you should be doing in your marketing on the day-to-day? Do you know all the things you should be doing in your financials or in your administration? Most entrepreneurs will tell you, I don't know. I just feel like what? I'm all over the place. Most entrepreneurs feel like they're all over the place. I was just on the phone call. It was an appointment my personal assistant set up, my team set up for me. It was a phone call with someone who is considering becoming a client. They're considering joining my mentorship program. And one of the first things this entrepreneur told me was, I feel like I'm all over the place. I got so much going on and I'm winging it. And the good thing about this person is they actually making money. They make about $250,000 a year and they winging it. And so when I started explaining just these 5 areas to them, they were like, ding, 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 ding. That's what I need. I need to figure out these areas of my business. So if you're going to learn how to track the day-to-day operations of your business, you first got to learn the main areas of your business. Everything that you do as an entrepreneur falls under one of these 5 things. Anything you tell me you got going on in your business right now, I can put it under one of these 5. But you got to put these 5 together before you start trying to carve these activities out. So if you got all 5 of these areas carved out in your business, all right, even if you just got 5 pieces of paper that you put down on the table and say, okay, I got to look at all the things that I'm doing every day in my business or every day for my business. And I gotta figure out what things am I doing that fall under my executive department. What things fall under my sales, what things fall under marketing, what things fall under financial, and what things fall under administrative. Doing just that with 5 pieces of paper, it's going to start clearing the clutter. Because you're trying to keep all this information in your head, you're trying to remember all this stuff, and you can't remember it. All this stuff needs to be in a system. It needs to be in a system so that you could create a process. Am I making sense so far? Are y'all following me? If you watching live, you in a class right now, like in the middle of a Monday, you watching me live on a show, but you in the middle of a class. So I hope you tracking me. I hope you following me where I am. So it don't matter what you do in business, what your business is about, what products and services you sell. I don't even need to know all that. I just know if you just took 5 pieces of paper and put down on those 5 pieces of paper, these 5 areas of your business, and you started writing down on each paper in each area, the things that you do every day that represent these 5 things, it'll start clearing the clutter. Because most entrepreneurs, what do? They wake up every day, they check emails, they respond to a phone call, they send a text message, they post something, they check their bank account. Like most entrepreneurs are doing things that represent these 5 areas, but they have not contextualized them. They haven't carved these areas out. And then what's even worse is they don't have a system to put the activities that they're participating in inside. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to have all this stuff in my head. I don't want to be trying to remember what I did this morning for my administration. I don't want to have to remember tomorrow what I did 2 weeks ago for my marketing. I want to have all that in some type of system. A system, for those of you that follow me enough, you probably already remember, a system is a platform that houses information. Okay? So I want to have a system. I want some type of system that can be used as a platform to house information. So what information, if I have a system, what type of information do I want to house? What type of information do I want to house? I want to house information for my executive activities, right? I want to house information for my sales activities. I want to house information for my marketing activities. I want to house information for my financial activities. I want to house information for my administrative activities. So if I can find the right systems which it may not just be one, it may be 2 or 3 at best. You could do it with 2 or 3. If I could find the right systems, platforms that I can use to house information for these activities, I can start simplifying what I do in business. I can start tracking my operations in business, and I can start creating processes that are more efficient and more effective. All right, so if you're watching me live, my question to you right now is, are you feeling like you're all over the place in your business? Do you feel like you just got so much going on and you don't even know where to start? You feel like you're never making progress? Do you feel like as an entrepreneur, you're spinning your wheels? Do you feel like you just can't get a grip on how to really run the business? Do you feel like you're working in the business, but you're never working on the business? Are you overwhelmed at all the things that you have to do because you can't hire people? You don't have funding and money to get support. You don't know how to learn these things and hire people to help you with these things. If you said yes to any question I just asked, first of all, I want you to understand something. You're not alone. I mean, you're just not alone. I don't care what nobody say. You ain't alone. You are like every other entrepreneur. I was there, so I know what it feels like. It's not like when I started my entrepreneurial journey, I had all this figured out. I wish I did. Oh my God. I wish I did have a course that I could take, or, somebody that I could have sat down with for maybe a couple hours who could have explained all this to me. Oh my God. If I could have got that 20 years ago when I first started, man, I would have definitely had success more earlier. But it didn't happen that way, all right? But I'm here for you to show you that this is how you start building a foundation that allows you to properly track the day-to-day operations of your business. You got to first know what operations you want to track. And I'm telling you, if you just use my guide, if you just use my outline with these 5, everybody might have their own. That means you might listen to another coach or educator. They might have 4. Somebody else might have 8. Hey, I'm using 5 because I know, okay, I need an executive department. I need a department that represents me and what I do as an executive. I need a sales department that represents my sales. I need a marketing department. I need a financial department, and I need an admin department. And I've figured this out to the point that everything that I do in my business, even in my ministry, my whole entire organization, everything that I do falls under one of these 5 things, all right? All the stuff that I do, and I do a lot. My wife and I, we got a lot going on, and I'm not complaining. I guess I'm bragging too. I don't know. That's how my mentor says it. My mentor says, are you complaining or are you bragging? So if I have to choose one or two, I ain't complaining. Maybe I am complaining. I don't know. But anyway, you get these 5, and then you find the right systems, okay? You need to find platforms that house information for these things. Now, I have a couple recommendations. All right, I have a couple recommendations for you. As a matter of fact, if you're available this Saturday, even if you're not available, I'm still going to make this offer to you. This Saturday, I'm hosting a one-day workshop. It's a small business workshop. And I'm going to be talking about systems, processes. I'm going to be talking about KPIs. I'm going to be talking about how to really build a team to get started in your business, to at least scale and accelerate the process to get you where you need to get quick. I'm going to be talking about certain platforms that you can use, how to integrate those platforms into your business. I'm going to share with you a lot of information this Saturday in my small business workshop. One of the reasons why I wanted to bring it up is because I'm extending and offering a VIP ticket to this workshop. It's a virtual event. So all you have to do is just click on the link and join me live. If you can't make the whole thing live, you'll have access to the replay. So I want to extend the offer for you to join me this Saturday to my small business workshop where I teach all these principles and concepts. But I'm also going to give you access to two courses that you can start educating yourself on systems and processes, on putting a general operating system together, on the platforms that I recommend you to use to start tracking your day-to-day operations in these areas. So based on these 5 areas, I can tell you now, and I've done it so I know it works, I can show you two systems, 2 platforms that you can use to cover all 5. 2. All right. Now, at some point as you grow, you may have to use more. But most entrepreneurs and solopreneurs and small business owners, most of them don't know about systems and processes and technology. So, trying to get like 5 different systems for all 5 of these areas when you just getting started, it's going to be too overwhelming. Most of the times when I talk to entrepreneurs, if they just get one system, like let's say if they just get one system for their finances to track their finances, most of them tell me, yeah, I got it, but I don't use it. Because you probably started it, you probably signed up for a trial, you probably went on there a couple times, browsed around, got bored, got overwhelmed and intimidated, and you logged out and you never went back on there. So just with these 5, I could show you 2 systems, 2 platforms that you can use to house information for all 5. You could just 2. And again, as you grow, you can expand that. But if you never grow and make enough money, you never really expand because you can't hire people. So it really won't even matter anyway. But I'm telling you that you can. You can. I've done it, so I know it's true. Other people might feel different. I know you can build a $1 million company. Listen to me when I say this. I know for sure that you can build a $1 million company by just using 2 systems to track all your activities in these 5 areas. And these are not sophisticated systems. They're not expensive systems. I know for sure you can just use 2 systems to track all the operations of these 5 areas of your business and get to $1 million. Easy. It's a no-brainer. I know people who doing it with no system. So like I was just on the phone with somebody who they told me I make $250,000 a year and I ain't even using the system. I'm just all over the place. They just got some good contracts and they're making some good money. At least $250 is good for one person. Imagine if they had systems and processes in place. Imagine if they had a general operating system that made what they do every day a little more efficient and effective. They could easily double that. They're making $250 just winging it. All right. So you need a system. That means you need processes that house information, platforms that house information, and then you need processes. Your processes are really steps that measure results. This is what a process is. So if you're following me on this, let me show you how it works, okay? So if these are the 5 areas of your business that you carve out and you say, okay, I'm going to take all my activities, all the things that I do in my business, and I'm going to make sure that they all represent one of these 5 areas. Everything that I do for my business, it has to represent one of these 5. Because I got to make everything that I do make sense. If you just start that process to take these 5 and say, okay, I got to start taking all my activities and associating them to one of these 5. And then if you found, I'm telling you that you could do it with 2 systems. If you found 2 systems, platforms that house the information from these areas, like your whole life is going to change. Your whole life is going to change. What you do as an entrepreneur is going to become a little more easier because you figured that part out. Once you start taking the information that you gather from the activities of these 5 areas and house them into that platform or those platforms, then you can start creating processes. Meaning that, let me give you an example. If in my administrative department or division of my business, if I have an administrative division in my business and I'm tracking all the things that I do when it comes to administration, anything that I do, I associate it to administration, and I start taking that information from those activities and putting it in a system, don't you think it's easier for me to create a process? Or in other words, steps that measure my results? So let's say, for example, if I have to make certain copies of certain paperwork for certain things that I'm sending clients or customers. Let's say if I have to make copies, right? Well, if I'm making copies and that's administrative work, and I'm tracking the copies that I make, I'm tracking the time it takes to make the copies, I'm tracking everything that has to do with the copies, just something simple, basic administration work, right? Now it's easier for me to create a process or steps that measure the results of my copies. How many copies I made, when do I make them, how much it costs to make them, what are the results? How many people get them? How many people use it and open it? So if you're following me, you can start seeing that, wow, just something as simple as what I'm drawing with my ugly sketching. If I just had something this simple in place, it can make my business easy. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, yeah, but I don't have 5 people to run these areas of my business. You don't need 5 people. I promise you that it's just an illusion if you think you need 5 people. There was a time it was just me and my wife. And I've told this story thousands of times probably in the last 20 years. Even though me and my wife was a 2-person team, there are just certain things my wife was like, honey, I'm not finna do until you make it make sense to me. My wife was like one of the main people that forced me to put systems and processes together for what we did as entrepreneurs. I really didn't make it a business until she really put that pressure on me. It was like, I'm not gonna be wasting a lot of my time with you if you're all over the place and none of what we're doing is making sense and I can't measure the results. That's basically what she was saying. So I had to carve out at least these 5 areas. I had to start making everything that I did, all my activities as an entrepreneur, I had to make them make sense. And the way I made them make sense was I created these 5 areas to start associating all my activities to. Once I started doing that, I was doing it on paper first. Then I had to figure out, okay, what technological platforms can I use to house the information of all my activities in these areas? And like I said, I know for sure you can build a $1 million business, probably more than $1 million business, with just 2 systems, with just 2 platforms that can track all these things. It might be a little learning curve, but it ain't difficult. It's definitely not impossible. And you could do it yourself. I put my systems together. And once I started housing the information in these systems, I started working on my processes. I started creating steps to measure the results. As an executive, what were my results? If I hired an executive, what were their results need to be? In my sales, in my marketing, in my financials, in my administrative activities. And all of a sudden, it started looking easier and easier. And it made me more efficient and more effective as an executive of my business because I felt like it was all coming together, okay? So as I said, if you're an entrepreneur and you don't have just these basic systems and processes in place, you're not the only one. So you shouldn't feel like, okay, it's all over. You should be excited to know that there's a way that somebody has created to make it easier for you to at least put the right systems and processes in place so that you can start tracking the day-to-day operations of your business. That's how you're going to track the day-to-day operations of your business. Otherwise, how are you going to track it? You're going to just keep writing stuff down every day and fumbling around the next day trying to figure out, oh, where did I put that note? All this should be in a system. It should be in a platform so that it's easier for you to quantify all the stuff that you got going on to see what's working and what's not working. And when something ain't working, you scrap it, or you pivot from it, or you modify it and change it to figure out what works. So again, I told y'all earlier, and I'm gonna extend it to you now. I want to extend a special offer to you, and I'm gonna change this offer a little bit because this course here, I just talked to my team about. I wanted to change this, but this is the offer. This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., I'm hosting a small business workshop. In this small business workshop, it's a virtual event, so you don't have to come in person. You could just click the private link that I'm gonna send to you, and you could join me live this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. During this small business workshop, it's a small business workshop, I'm gonna be talking about systems, processes, KPIs. I'm gonna be talking about creating a general operating system, how to build your infrastructure out. I'm gonna be answering your questions. I'm literally gonna show you how to get the clutter out of the way and how to put a legitimate business system together so that you can feel more effective and efficient in what you do as a CEO. So I want to extend the offer to you for one VIP ticket to join me this Saturday for my small business workshop. I'm also going to extend in this offer 1 year access to my course entitled Understanding Corporate Systems and Processes. So I'm giving you a complimentary course. It's a video-based course that you can track through. You have 1 year to track through. So even after the workshop, even though I'm going to give you a replay to the workshop, now you have another course that you can track through, and you can continue to learn and educate yourself on how to actually build your general operating system out. The other course, I'm getting ready to pull it up real quick because I just decided to add another course to it for those of you that are a little more nuts and bolt type people and you need a course on the nuts and bolts. I have a course entitled A Simple CRM and Project Management using this software that I recommend to my clients. So this is going to be a 1 year access to the CRM and project management course. Okay, so this is going to be 2 courses that I'm giving you access to, plus a VIP ticket to my workshop this upcoming Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I'm only giving it to you for $97. Like, come on, 97 bucks. Can you beat that? I mean, some of y'all got $97 sitting in your car and change. So for $97, you get a VIP ticket to my small business workshop this Saturday. If you can't stay the whole day from 10 a.m. to 4, it's virtual. You can always come back and watch the replay. But at least you have access to join me live, get the workbook, get your questions answered so that you can learn about systems, processes, CRMs, project management tools, things that you're going to need to create a general operating system. All right, so you get 1 VIP ticket to my small business workshop. I'm going to give you 1 year access to my CRM and project management course. And so this course really walks you through the process of integrating this type of system or platform technology to your business. So when you hear people say, oh, you need systems, it's like, okay, I know I need systems, but what system do I need? So I give you my recommendation on the system that you can use. And this system, you can actually use it for your CRM. That means you could track your sales, you could track your marketing, and you should be able to track your administration and your executive operations. So you can literally track 4 of the 5 main areas of your business that I mentioned, okay? You're not going to be able to track your financials because that's another system, but you could track at least 4 out of the 5 with this one. And I have a walkthrough tutorial to show you how to get it started, like literally from the point of going to the website, signing up for the free trial, walking through the initial onboarding and then configuring it in a way that it works for your business, all right? I'm giving you access to that for 1 year, and then I'm gonna give you access to my course on understanding corporate systems and processes. This is where I teach about general operating systems, KPIs. I teach about how to craft your vision, your mission, your core values, things that most entrepreneurs don't even think about. They don't even know anything about. So I want to give you access to all 3 of these for $97, okay? All you have to do is text the word VIP to the number you see. Bars. Text VIP to the number you see, all right? And I'm going to answer all your questions this Saturday. It's going to be a live virtual workshop. And when I do my live virtual workshops, I literally sit here or stand. It's a private workshop. It's live. And you have access from your end to the workbook so you can track me with the interactive workbook. But I'm not only training you, but I'm answering any question that you have. So you can ask any question and you get to get the answer in real time. So if you want access to the VIP ticket for the workshop this Saturday, 1 year access to my CRM and project management course with the tutorial videos, as well as the course on corporate systems and processes, I'm giving you all 3 for $97. Just text VIP to 678-276-8253. Hey, I hope you all enjoyed the show. Again, happy Father's Day to all of you that are fathers. We just celebrated Father's Day yesterday. Happy Millionaire Monday. Today is Millionaire Monday. Happy Juneteenth to all my people who are free. Blessings to all of you. And for those of you that want to be free, you want to be free in your business. You want to be free from being overwhelmed with day-to-day tasks that you're not tracking and you can't manage because you don't know how to. Let me help you, all right? We want to show you what you can do to be free from that burden of not really knowing how to manage the day-to-day operations of your business. I appreciate all of you for joining the show. I'm going to be back, same place, same time tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon Eastern, right here on the Ramonepreston Show. All right, have an amazing day. I love you. I'm praying for you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow right here on the Ramone.